Happy birthday to you. Today is Gary's birthday, and we decided we're going to go on a hike. And we are at Campbell Valley Regional Park. Let's go down that road. Hello, faithful people. I'm Orlean.
Oh, wait, I'm Gary.
The birthday boy. A lot of different trails you can go on. The one we're going to do is the Little River Loop. It's actually one of the longer ones, so we're hoping. It says it takes an hour, so we'll see. How's it feel to be a birthday boy?
Great. Survived another one.
Another year.
Yeah. Feels good to be outside. Good to be walking.
Able
to walk.
Yes, there you go. Any words of wisdom?
Keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah, watch your step.
Watch my step.
Have a great time.
Yeah.
And thank you for singing happy birthday.
Yeah, well, that was only a partial one. We'll do more later.
Okay, I look forward to it.
Okay, we'll show you a little bit of the trail. What's really cool is all the moss that is on all of the branches. It's kind of eerie in a way. This would be kind of, I mean, if you're into Halloween, this might be kind of a creepy place to come on Halloween. They look like, you know, I suppose you can use your imagination, spider legs or whatever. But I just think they're kind of cool. It's just this really cool moss. Grows on all the trees. Wasn't sure what the trail would be like. It's rained, the last 3-4 days in a row. So we weren't sure. But the rain here was different. It was more like, this is more normal. Earlier we did have some like downpours of rain, and that's really unusual. Usually it's just kind of a misty rain. So, but steady, yeah. And this is all dirt, but it's packed down pretty good. So it's kind of muddy. I mean, but it's not like sink your feet in kind of mud. And it's a busy place today. Nobody's on the trail with us right now, but the parking lot was full, and we only had a couple openings. So, but it is a Saturday, and that makes a little difference too. It's just a baby. Where'd he go? He's so little. Where'd you go, you little guy? Oh, hi there. Oh, that is the smallest squirrel I've ever seen. Oh, is he cute? Of course, it could be a she. I'm not going to pick you up to find out. Acting like a squirrel. Really squirrely. Path has gotten a little wider now, and this part actually has some kind of a gravel on it. Some very tall trees in here. Gary and I were just talking about the redwoods in California. And of course, these are not redwoods. We've seen those before, and we hope to see them again on this trip because they are pretty cool. What's one that goes straight ahead? Nature House. Open weekends and holidays.
We should go there.
Alrighty. Take a detour. That is really neat. And the moss goes all the way up the tree. Huh. Can you tell I like moss? This is like the ultimate detoxing place to go. The air here is very detoxified with all the moss. Now we're in kind of an open area here. Little meadow. So 2 times now I've seen this in November. I'd be curious to see what that looks like in the summer. It's probably got a lot of wildflowers and things growing in there. Are you breathing good, dear?
Still breathing. Well, yes.
Our daughter has a little thing of moss in the kitchen. That might be a good thing to have in the RV. We should look into that. Oh, good, a hill. We need a little burn. So that's the nature center. We're not going to take the time to go into it. It's about 3:30 and it closes at 4, and we know we got a ways to go on the trail yet. So, and we have to get back to the trail that we were on. But there's an off-leash dog area over there, so dogs can run and have a good time. More moss with ferns growing in it. Anytime Gary and I go for a walk while we've been in Vancouver, there's a universal language among all people. No matter where we go, we will hear different languages being spoken on the trails with us. But there's one thing that's universal to everyone that they all understand. A smile. You smile, they smile back, they nod their head. It's like, yep. Supposed to be able to see some wildlife in here. Of course, there's lots of birds. Lots of birds. And squirrels. First impressions can be deceiving. Nature varies from obscure to spectacular. Usually only breathtaking places are noticed. But subtle natural areas like the slow-flowing Little Campbell River have intriguing traits. As the river meanders towards Boundary Bay, it creates superb, nurturing habitats for wildlife. Take a close, leisurely look at the river and discover details usually missed by a quick first glance. Search for the unexpected. You're supposed to see if you can find unexpected things in the picture itself. Yeah, I think we can get by him without. This would have been really pretty a few weeks ago when all the trees still had leaves on them. Oh, that's what was bringing all the birds on the benches. That's the first I've heard a chickadee in a long time. Underwater world. Peer into the water and imagine the sights salmon might see as they travel the river. Coho, Chinook, and Shum salmon depend on the Little Campbell River for their survival. Now you know. Surface tension talks about really the battle between the different species of things. The bugs emerging, wanting to survive, but between frogs and birds and fish, a lot of them don't make it. This sign talks about all the overwater overture of all the different birds and bees and different insects and frogs and all the things that make noises here in nature. This one talks about habitats for all the different animals and how you can create one in your own backyard. I did not remember these signs, and the posts look really new compared to the other wood, and actually the boards do also look new, so I don't think they had those up when we were here before. I love those kinds of things. You'll learn a lot. So often we tend to look down because we don't want to trip on anything that we miss some of the things up above. Some of you might be thinking that this would not be a good place to come to in the warmer months, because you're thinking, mosquitoes, this would be a mosquito haven. Actually, it'd be just the opposite. With all the frogs and the marsh and the trees, with all the birds, this would probably be a fairly bug-free trail. And they don't have a whole lot of bugs in Vancouver that come into the houses. I mean, a lot of them don't even have screens on their windows, because they just don't have a lot of bugs. I don't think I've ever seen a fly or a mosquito here. So that's a plus. The meadow through the trees there. Hear them. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, there's a bunch of them cackling up here. Oh my goodness. Oh, they're fighting. That's not nice. Look at them all. You know, I've seen geese like this, but I don't think I've ever seen this many ducks in one spot. Huh. Oh, and they're over here too. Look how clear that water is. So, how was that?
It was pretty good.
I
enjoyed it. I felt bad because we didn't have any bird seed
to eat out of our hands?
Well, for the birds to eat out of our hands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Yeah, not for us to eat out of
Right.
our hands. Oh,
Yeah.
you're funny. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we had, there were 2 or 3 groups that were trying to do that.
Yeah.
Mom and dad and 2 little kids, and then
Probably
3.
more fun for the little kids.
Yeah, and then there were 3 guys with a pit bull
Yeah.
that were trying too. That was kind of
Trying to
funny.
find a snack for their dog.
Yeah. No.
No, just fun.